Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. Seeming as Xiao is just a couple days away, I figured I should tell you guys how I'm planning on building him. So today, I am going to go through the weapons, the artifacts, and the talents that I will be prioritizing. So let's get started. First, let's talk about the weapon. So as you can see, I do not have the Jade Wing Spear. However, I'm hoping and betting that it will be alongside him on the weapon banner. I already pre-farmed all the materials that I need to get it all the way up to 90 instantly, so once I get my hands on that, that is what I will be using. However, you don't have the Jade Wing or you're not going to roll on the Jade Wing banner, then the Skyward Spine is the second best option if I had to recommend it to you. But if you don't have this, then you can just use the Prototype Star Glitter or Prototype Grudge, whatever the hell it's called now. This gives you energy recharge as a substat, and it increases the normal attack damage by 8%, and this can stack up to 2 times, and since Xiao has 2 charges on his elemental skill, you can pretty much have max stacks all of the time. So you basically have 16% more at normal attack damage. Sadly, I don't think this increases plunge attack damage, but it's still pretty decent for a completely free-to-play weapon. Now let's talk about artifacts. Currently, Ether, like I said in my previous video, is my mule for Xiao artifacts. I pre-farmed for him, and the artifact set that I'm going to be using is 2-piece Gladiator and 2-piece Viridescent Venerer. And I think this is going to be the best option for him, and the reason for that is because even though you will be basic attacking a decent amount, for most people they will be doing plunge attacks, or a lot of their damage will come from whenever they use his ultimate and they will start doing plunge attacks, and unless you're Constellation 6, you're going to be using that most of the time. So unfortunately, 4-piece Gladiator does not increase the damage of plunge attacks, or even charged attacks. It only increases the damage of normal attacks. So this is nice, but I don't think this is going to be the best option, especially if you plan on plunge spamming with him. And 4-piece Venerer is also not the best option because this is mainly going to benefit the element that you're swirling, not a Nemo itself. So I don't think this is going to be a good option, so that is why I believe that this is going to be the best artifact set for him. The other artifact sets that you can use are 4-piece Bolide and 4-piece Hydro for the increased normal attack damage as well. But given as he does Anemo damage, I think the 15% Anemo damage on his ultimate and just literally everything that he does, including his elemental skill if you plan on C6ing him, is going to be worth taking into consideration here. And plus Bolide is conditional and you kind of waste the 2-piece bonus on the Hydro set with Xiao anyway. So this is what I'm going to recommend, and this is what I went for. As for my rolls, I went for as much crit damage as humanly possible because he gets crit rate and his weapon gives crit rate as well, so he just needs crit damage to come up to speed. He doesn't need that much crit rate. So I have this flower with 15% crit damage, which is a glad piece. Unfortunately, it's the best one I could get. Then I have this Viridescent with 21% crit damage. This timepiece could be better, but it has 20% crit damage, so I'm not going to complain. Unfortunately, my cup is pretty much garbage. It has attack percentage and crit rate, but a lot of it rolled into HP and defense, and I just wanted crit damage instead of crit rate. But this is literally like the only other 5-star Anemo damage bonus cup that I have gotten, and the fact that it is Gladiator is a godsend. The other Anemo cup that I got is this one that I use on my Jean, which is worse, and this 4-star one that I have on Venti. So I'm not going to give Xiao a 4-star cup just for 4% crit damage because I'm losing out on a whole lot of Anemo damage. And lastly, the hat that I'm going to be using, like I said, is going to be crit damage. This one has some crit rate on it and attack percentage, so it's not too horrible, but it's not the best. A lot of it rolled into HP, but that's what I got so far. The only other hat that I have that I could use is this one, which has a little bit more attack percentage, but I'm currently using this on Jean, so I'm just going to leave it like this for now. But yeah, those are basically the artifacts that I'm going to run: 2-piece Glad, 2-piece Viridescent, and as much crit damage as I possibly can, because both him and his weapon give crit rate, so yeah. Now, let's go over his talents, because I think this is pretty important to talk about too. As for his talents, I'm obviously going to get all of them to level 6 first before doing anything crazy. But once they're all at level 6, I'm going to prioritize leveling up his ult 1 time. Now the reason for this is because the ult drains your health as it goes on. At level 6, it drains 2.5% of your HP per second, but at level 7 and beyond, it only drains 2%, which is the lowest amount of health that it can drain. So I'm going to level it up once, so that way the health drain is at the lowest possible that it can be, and after that, I'm going to focus on leveling up his basic attack to level 9 at least, before I level up the E or the ult again. This is because the basic attack will improve the damage of his normal attack, his charge attack, and his plunging attack. So this is the main source of all of his damage, so I'm going to be prioritizing this. After I get his basic attack to level 9, then I will level up his E to level 7 to match the ult, and then I'm just going to alternate leveling up between them, you know, then the ult, then the E, then the ult, then the E, until they're all level 9, and after that I will once again focus on leveling up the basic attack. Unfortunately, Ganyu does use the same materials as Xiao for talents, and I leveled up her basic attack to 9, so now I only have 4 of these things, so hopefully I can get some more drops, but this is what I'm going to be using for now. So yeah, that is how I am going to be leveling up Xiao. Those are the artifacts I'm going to be using. Those are the skills I'm going to be prioritizing when I'm ascending him. So I hope you guys found this video useful or at least entertaining. And yeah, hopefully I'll be streaming my pulls and everything like that. It's just my internet has been pretty bad to me lately, and there's not a whole lot I can do about it. My ISP is like the only ISP I can have. So yeah. Anyway, stay tuned for that, guys, and make sure to follow me on Twitch if you guys aren't doing that already. That is where I am streaming, and I'm trying to stream at least 5 to 6 days a week. Unfortunately, there have been some situations this past week where I haven't been able to do so, and I was also in the hospital, and also I lost power for an entire day, so yeah. But I will be streaming most days, so be sure to come watch. It is a really good time. But anyway, thank you to my patrons as always, and of course, thanks to you for watching. Take care, guys.